Good morning.
Good morning.
We are extremely pleased that you are here. You are extremely pleased too. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You're knowing what you are wanting? It's good to feel good, isn't it?
Yes.
So, what brings you here? All of that, feeling good, expansion. You come for the leading edge conversation, yes? You come for the contribution that you make. We want you to know that. For it is a mighty contribution that you make, whether you sit in the hot seat or not. What you've been living has queued you up. And it's interesting because it has caused you to focus, asking into strong points of clarity. But the word asking is an interesting word because when you are asking, it often feels to you as if you don't yet know the answer. When the question is keenly focused, the answer feels sometimes far away, even vague, even impossible sometimes to you from your asking place. But when you are asking, when your life has focused you into asking, there is this vortex answer that exists in a very powerful, focused format that sometimes you don't feel. We think you were feeling it just now. In other words, when you say expansion is what you're here for, we want to say to you, oh, you've already provided the expansion. The contrast that you've been living has already caused you to provide the expansion. When you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. When there is a question, there is an answer. When there is a problem, there is a solution. So there is a focused version of answers and solutions and expansion. The question is, from your physical point of view, where am I in relationship to that expansion? We want you to know that there is a vortex version of all that you have lived, and we stand in the vibrational arena of that expanded vortex version that is you. And from our point of view, everything about this forum that is, everything that is happening, everything that matters, everything that is important in an environment like this is your coming closer to that vortex version. So as we are moving forward here today, we want you to know that without exception, each of you who have been living your life and have been pre-paving what will happen to you here today, but who have literally created what has already happened to you in the vortex version, what has already happened. So sometimes you don't recognize that it is done, and so you're still in that I want it phase. You're still in that I'm still seeking. And we want, as a result of this conversation that we have here together today, we want you to realize that the seeking, if you're seeking, seeking not as in looking for something I cannot yet find, seeking not as in looking for something that is yet to come, but seeking feeling in the understanding that it already exists in vibrational form. And if you will reach for the vibrational resonance of it, if you will tune yourself to the vibrational reality of this creation that has already occurred, then in finding that vibrational resonance with it, the details of your creation, your already done creation, your already done creation that you don't believe it's done until you hear it, see it, smell it, taste and touch it. Your already done creation that exists in vibrational version. If you will reach for the right now, you can achieve it in this moment, emotional version of it. Once you tune yourself to the emotion of it, the rest of it must reveal itself to you, and fast. You know that this is a vibrational universe and that you are vibration first and foremost. You know that you are creators of your own reality, but even beyond that, you are the creator of that which is reality to us as well, because you are out here on the leading edge. There has never been combination that equals that which is here, right now. This is unique unto all of the universe. And together, it is certain that we will take thought beyond that which it has been before. We just want you to know the important part that you play in that. We want you to know that what you've queued up and what you've put in the vortex, and the vortex version of what's going to happen today, is going to knock your socks off. So just relax and enjoy the unfolding of all of this.
Okay, so I wanted to play with you about a process that I've been working on and had some amazing results with, and see what comes out of that. So
let's talk about what the vibrational components of it are, because if you're having success with it, then it is vibrationally accurate.
Yeah, it's okay. So we'll talk about that. So 60 days ago, I had an epiphany, right? And I said, and it's ridiculous to say it because you've been telling us so many times in so many ways, and I finally was like, dummy, I get it, right? So I said, I'm going to, for the next 30 days, I wrote out a calendar, and I said, for 30 days, every day, I'm going to look at this calendar, and I'm going to write down the things that I'm doing to make sure that I stay happy. Here's the things that I like to do, here's the things that get me in that positive place. And it forced me, early on it was a struggle because I forget, oh yeah, the calendar, I gotta go do something to make me happy, which sounds crazy. But started to do that, and after a while it picked up momentum. And one of the things that I did was, I wrote you a thank you letter for all the amazing things that happened as a result of the process, which hadn't happened yet. And so every day, twice a day, I would read that letter, picturing the hot seat and me reading it, or me saying it to you as if it had already happened. And I won't read the whole letter here, but some of the things that
So let's just talk about the vibrationally accurate components so far.
Okay.
So by writing the letter now about something that hadn't manifested as if it already had manifested, you blurred the lines of present and future and focused upon the vibration, which caused you to offer a vibration that was not split. And when a vibration isn't split and you focus upon it in a steady way, manifestations come to the vibration. Doesn't matter. Everything is now. So whether you're thinking about the past or the present or the future, you're doing it all right now.
Right.
I've found the vibrational frequency and I'm practicing it now because of something that is coming. But when you play it like that, it shores up the vibration now. Yes.
And the other aspect of it too is I wasn't that specific on some of it, because I noticed in the past I used to be very, very good at force filling my own grid. You know, I'd say, I want to date that person. I'm going to make this happen because she's the right one. And then I'd be dating her and I'd go, ooh, no, sorry. Right? So, but I was very good at that. I could pick jobs. I'm going to get that job and it's going to be awesome. And I would get it and I would be miserable. So this, I talked about, I was less specific. And I said, okay, so one of the things is I've always wanted to be in business with my best friend. And we're going to finally figure out something that's going to be in a fun field that I maybe have no business in, but we're gonna make that happen finally, and I'm gonna finally find the love of my life. And I wrote down all the attributes of this woman, and I found that in reading it, by the time in reading this letter to myself, pretending it all already happened, I was in love with her, right? I didn't even know her, but the list was exhaustive, and it's like, this is the most amazing woman on the planet. And I wrote about how, and I'm going to lose 15 pounds, and I'm going to eat whatever I want, and I'm going to not exercise, and it's going to be fantastic. So I'm reading this miracle thing, and so over the 30 days, or 60 now, I didn't lose 15 pounds, I lost 17 pounds. Not, thank you, not changing anything. My best friend calls me out of the blue and says, I've got this amazing idea for a business, we're going to be partners, I have no business being in this field whatsoever, but it's the field I want to be in. And he said, we're 50-50 partners, and we're getting all kinds of feedback on this is going to be this amazing thing. I'm going to be quitting my boring job soon and doing that full time. And then out of nowhere, a woman who I have carried a torch for 10 years, who we've been very, very good friends, all of a sudden one day says to me, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I can't not anymore. I am in love with you. And she is amazing, like amazing, and she's everything that's on the list. She was all of those things, and I'm sitting there and I keep looking at her going, really, me? And she's saying the same thing to me. I can't believe it. So I don't want to talk her out of it. But so everything that I put in here to thank you for, I'm here now to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
So let's talk about the components of this. It's very clear what he's been doing. Did you hear a few dozen words that you kind of wished he wasn't saying? Like dummy, and the list was exhaustive. And can you feel how those words that usually we all cringe at didn't matter? Because the universe isn't hearing his words. He doesn't mean any of those things with those words. He's using those words to entertain the rest of us. And that the vibrational frequency of his being is one of, he practiced himself into the momentum of expecting what he wanted through writing the list of what he wants and speaking of it as if it is already done.
Yeah.
Genius.
That was the one half of it, and the other half was, so when I was doing those things to make myself happy, I wasn't doing it saying, okay, now I'm going to pet my cat because somewhere the love of my life is coming, right? And I wasn't doing it to try to make it happen. I was saying, I got that in the letter. I'm already going to be thanking Abraham and Esther and everybody. I get it. She's going to come out of nowhere. So right now, I'm just going to have fun petting the cat or doing whatever was on my list of fun things to do.
Well, hear what you're saying. This is an important thing, because what he's saying is he gets it that there's step 1, ask for what you want. Step 2, the universe has already lined it up. And step 3 is getting in the place of allowing what you want. But the important thing about the reason that you might want to pet your cat is in petting your cat, you're doing the step 3 thing. You can't do step 1 and step 3 at the same time. So anything that you're doing that feels good while you're doing it is a step 3 moment. Mm-hmm. There are 2 things that you talked about that we really think are worth shining a little light on because of how effectively they worked for you, and we just want to talk about what that is. The first thing is, when you are trying to motivate something into being, when you're trying to hammer it into being, you talked about that a little bit, there is this belief within you that there is some hurdle to overcome. And so when you talked about wanting to hammer the grid into place, when you take an easy approach about things, then you're more likely to be inspired. And the inspiration to act is really what we're talking about here. So by practicing the thoughts that feel good about the things that you really care about, you practice the vibration until you are chronically in this place of allowing what you want. It's like on this emotional scale of spinning grid point of attraction discs, you found yourself chronically in that happy, good feeling place, because what you had written and what you were reading and what you therefore practiced into a place of expectation got you there so that you were chronically there, so that anything that is a vibrational match to that kind of momentum has to join you there. So we just want to point out the difference between being there and attracting up to where you are things that match it, as opposed to being in a place of trying to make it happen and trying to push things along. It's like pushing a noodle. Everything that you said is vibrationally accurate. Everything that we felt from you while you said it is vibrationally accurate. Good.
Okay, good.